Did you hear about the latest film, Kanguva, by director Siva? When it was announced as a pan-Indian film starring Suriya, reactions were mixed. Shiva is known for his larger-than-life movies, but his focus on heavy emotions can be a little much for some. Today, we're diving deep, Kanguva, what works, what doesn't, and whether it's worth your time. Grab your popcorn, because we're about to break it all down. Let's start with basics. Kanguva tells a story that spans from the year 2024 to 1070. In 2024, we meet Francis Theodore, a bounty hunter with a knack for catching tough criminals. But there's a catch: his ex-girlfriend Angelina is in the same line of work. It creates an interesting rivalry that adds some tension. As they work through a mission together, Francis meets a young boy. This boy sparks a connection that seems pivotal to the plot. But how exactly does this tie into the story from 1070? That's one of the mysteries we're supposed to unravel as we watch. Shiva has often talked about his love for human emotions in storytelling. However, his knack for exaggerating these emotions can sometimes overshadow the overall plot. Remember his last film, Another? It was a masterclass in melodrama, packed with emotions that felt a bit overdone. Now, Kanguva might seem like a grand war movie at first glance. But trust me, it's still a classic Shiva film with all the loudness we've come to expect. The first half an hour is a slog. We have a couple of songs, some forced humor, and Suriya looking cool in his flashy outfits. It feels like they're trying too hard to sell us on this idea of him as a hero. Once we finally get to the main plot, it's your standard revenge story. The drama feels thin as Shiva tries to fill the gaps with endless fight sequences. And oh boy, those fight scenes. From what we see in the trailers, they look like they want to be epic. But the execution falls flat. Editing is all over the place, with too many cuts. Visual effects sometimes feel lackluster, making it more exhausting than exhilarating. There's a scene where Kanguva fights an entire army by himself, akin to the Angry Birds moment from Bahubali. But by the time we reach that moment, the audience is already worn out. Then there are the emotional scenes that sometimes tip into cringe territory. One particular moment involves the boy Kanguva protects, crying over a bird family. I mean, really? The collective reaction from my audience was a loud "uff."